Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at North Wilkesboro for race 7 of 14 in Season 2 of the NRSL Aces Republic of Gamers Truck Series. Last week, Emmanuel Hartnett notched his first career win of the season and of his career. He broke the streak of rookie drivers winning races, and he also gave Chevrolet their second win in a row and fourth on the year. Ram has one from Martinsville, and Ford with one from Atlanta. Toyota still seeking that first victory. As you look at the back half of the field, you see some drivers there. Dylan Young's truck can be seen, as can Zach Rogers. Those guys near the front of the standings. On pole for tonight's race is Diego Yepes in the one machine now. Yepes needs to start doing good. He is 40th in the points and is the only driver who does not have 100 points on the season so far. Starting next to him in second is another rookie of the year of the series, John Nunn. These two ran in Cup but have not been in trucks before. In row 2 is defending champ Philip Goldberg, who had, I believe, another good run last week. Yes, indeed, he did 2 more spots up the points in the 24th. He needs to keep going upward, and starting up front in the short track can be a very good step in the right direction. Next to him, Isaac Flickinger, who arguably had one of the best trucks last week at Pocono, ended up getting in a wreck, and that ended his good day. Row 3, we've got Charles Jackson, one of the other great Cup drivers, who sits 4th in points now after falling from 2nd after his run last week. Next to him is Jonathan Wong, who had a strong truck last week at Pocono. In row 4 is your points leader, Cole Deaver, still looking for his first win on the season. And Martinsville winner, Ace Rogers. And lastly, in row 5 out of the top 10, we've got Levi McIntyre and Jesse Turner, who has been a strong rookie so far this season. Now, as we look at the point standings, Deaver now with a 9-point lead over Zach Rogers, who takes that second spot in the standings, both who do not have wins on the season. Hartnett 11 points back, moves up 6 spots in the third. Jackson 14 points back, sits in 4th, with Samit Oskin, who won at Rockingham, moving up to 5th in the point standings. You can see him there starting in 11th place. We're going to go back up to Diego Yepes as we're nearing the Command the Fire engines real quick. Rest to your top 10 in points. 6th place, Jessica Shelton, Fitzwater Senior 7th, Gardner 8th, Jeff Bright 9th, and Jesse Turner 10th. The first 4 moved up positions into the top 10. Some of those guys, while Turner dropped from 5th to 10th. Barely into the command, and a great command for a track like North Wilkesboro, making its first, hosting its first event. For me personally, I've never had an offline race here before. Tonight, they have rebuilt this track. They have repaved it. They've cleaned it up. A track I kind of called the Darlington of short tracks. A flat 3 and 4 with a banked 1 and 2. I feel like passing on the bottom is going to be a lot easier in 1 and 2 than it will be in 3 and 4. But the one truck of Diego Yepes and the 52 of John Nunn will lead him to the green flag. We are green at North Wilkesboro. Nunn holding strong on the top side there out of 2. You can see down here about 89 miles an hour. 3 wide behind them. Now, there are caution flags on for this race. You can see the difference in speed actually isn't that big between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But Yepes will clear Nunn for the lead. Now, Philip Goldberg looking for 2nd place. There you are, still 3 wide back there. That is Ace Rogers, who's on the top, and he's going to fall in line behind Jesse Turner as they get more 3 wide action here. That's Aja Baranowskis, your winner from Denver, in the middle of Nathan Hudson, and I want to say RJ Bishop in the 88. Yep. Johnny Gardner, Cup Series champion of 2018, behind this mess. See Zach Rogers, second in points coming into tonight, trying to make his way up. He's going to make a 3-wide move. He made that move under Tony Green and Danny Jones. The bottom does seem to be the preferred line here at North Wilkesboro. Rogers trying to make his way up on the back bumper of Dylan Young. So far these guys showing something I never thought I'd see. 3-wide racing at a short track. They are making it work. Looking at our ticker, Diego Yepes still out front. Philip Goldberg up to second place. Now a bit of a split to third, and John Nunn. Jackson fourth, Deaver fifth. So as we're back here, we see Dylan Young here fighting for, I think, 26th place on Fitzwater Senior. Dylan Young currently sits 19th in the points, moved up 4 spots after his run last week. 2 people that really dropped from poor performances were James Qualls from 6th to 17th and Ace Rogers from 7th to 18th. Those drivers have a lot of ground to make up as they fell outside the 49-point buffer. Right now, Audra Baran-Auskas sits 15th in the points, 49 behind the points leader. As we have mentioned countless times this season, you need 49 to, you can gain a max of 49 points a race. That is as long as the guy who finishes last, and you lead the most laps, winning the race. So Young moves up to 26th. Let's see, is there anyone on our points list that had a really good run last week? Oh yes, Jonathan Wong moved from 18th to 11th in the points. As you can see, Jesse Turner trying to pass him for 10th. Wong put in a pretty good fight. He's got Vince Almarego and Alexander Rowe right behind him. Rowe, a Cup Series winner, 2-time at Atlanta in 2017 and Provo in 2018, this past Cup season, though he did not make the chase. Rowe's current season here in the trucks puts him 12th in points, down 1 spot after his run last week. He's been kind of doing well as of late. So we go up to our winner from Rockingham, Samet Oskin, running in front of James Qualls, who we just mentioned needs to have a good run after having his issues last week at Pocono. Levi McIntyre has shown some good speed. Rockingham, he had something break. Stopped in the middle of the racetrack. That brought out a caution, but McIntyre sits somewhere on this point sheet. 27th, fell 6 spots after his run last week. So Levi has shown good speed, but he has not been able to show the results. As we mentioned, Isaac Flickinger was having a good run last week, got into a wreck. He sits in 6th place on the track in the points. We find him 30th. He fell from 25th. He could have been going up into 15th if he finished in the top 5. See Oskin trying to find the way to get by Levi McIntyre. That's that Cup Series experience talking there over the 99. Cole Deaver working the bumper of Charles Jackson, John Nunn. We have all Cup drivers here in the top 5, though some of them are rookies to the Truck Series, but they are showing their experience here tonight. Diego Yepes is continuing to inch away from Philip Goldberg. Will go on board a lap with the defending series champion. a lap around the historic North Wilkesboro. You see Yepes kind of ran a different line off the corner. And Goldberg really closed in. Oh, Goldberg closing in again there in the 3. Yepes gonna run it to the wall this time by. We'll see. Yeah, Goldberg gains another 10th. So now Goldberg trying to close back up on the 1 of Diego Yepes. Rhythm is everything at a track like this. Goldberg has won a championship in these trucks, so he's got that extra year of experience. Oh, he kind of did what Yepes did a few laps ago. Not sure if that's going to cost him a lot of time. Certainly probably cost him a good angle into the corner. See back here, battle for 8th place between Oskin and Qualls. And there's a caution on the racetrack. Apparently a spin in turn 1. Oh, and RJ Reynolds just hit the pit wall. What on earth? We're gonna see, everyone's gonna pit here. Definitely nobody gonna stay out here. RJ Reynolds went head first into the pit wall. Some of these guys might fall a lap down trying to pit here. But we're going to see what happened, because it does certainly look like it was the 68 who spun out. Alright, here's the incident of the caution. It's actually a battle for 13th place between Mohammed Connor and Jonathan Wong. And Wong just turns into the corner like he's trying to cut right behind the 13. That puts Connor into the wall and puts Wong into the wall, spins him out. And right there's the yellow. Connor lost several spots. Wong lost pretty much everything. And then let's see where the contact with RJ Reynolds occurs. Oh, there's actually more spinning up ahead. Danny Jones, Connor Turpin, Jeff Bright, Colin Phillips are making contact. And they are just 4 wide. They are 5 wide right here. Oh, and Reynolds just got pushed right into the guardrail. We saw the very end of this. See right there, they're pushing down. Bishop's getting spun, and the contact with Hudson sends Reynolds straight into the tire wear. Look at that. Hudson and Bishop are going to get spun there in 3 and 4. Gatlin Downey, I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know anymore. Please forgive me. He spelt it Gatlin, so Gatlin, I think, because Gatlin would be Gatlin, so Gatlin. I hope I'm saying it right. Otherwise, I'm going to need a more in-depth explanation than yeah. But that's a tough break for RJ Reynolds, and we'll take it to the restart. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing. Nathan Hudson 2 laps down. RJ Reynolds out of the race. Coming into tonight's race, Reynolds was 36 in points, so his dismal season continues. But we have a new race leader. Philip Goldberg on pit stops takes the lead. Jackson up the 2nd. Deaver 3rd. Levi McIntyre is up the 4th. John Nunn down the 5th. Flickinger still 6th. Qual 7th. Yepes falls all the way to 8th. Almorango 9th. And Johnny Gardner's up to 10th. See, Dylan Young is now up to 16th. There's Oskin all the way down to 18th. And Zach Rogers up to 21st. We'll see what this crazy restart produces. We've got Nathan Hudson 2 laps down with damage on the bottom. That's going to push Deaver to the inside of Charles Jackson. Goldberg's going to get enough of a run and clear the 40 truck. Remember, these are short tracks. Jeff Bright down pit road. They still have damage to fix, apparently. Cautions breed cautions. Looks like Hudson is definitely holding up the bottom of Deaver. This is letting Jackson's teammate, Philip Goldberg, pull away. And right Oh, just not quite for Charles Jackson. We're gonna see if I know people's names here without the damn excuse me, the whole overlay up. Hudson still holding up. Jackson will finally clear the 40 as Deaver moves to the high side. That's going to let John Nunn get into his inside. That's for third. Flickinger's trying to go by McIntyre for fifth. And now Deaver apparently had enough of riding behind the bottom side of Hudson. And Deaver's going to try and make the pass the hard way up top. Jeff Wright's still going down pit road. I guess they're just trying to ride through pit road. Nathan Hudson, they got their damage fixed. They're up here. They are up to 38th now. And I'm sorry, Hudson was only one lap down, not two. But Deaver's still fighting there up top. He's almost got Hudson cleared. Nunn still rides in fourth. Flickinger is now up to fifth. Paul's sixth. Almarego's trying to pass McIntyre for seventh. And we got Gardner and Yepes fighting for ninth. Deaver still can't get quite cleared of the 40. As now James Qualls fights Isaac Flickinger for fifth. Right here off of two. Deaver should get clear of Hudson. Oh, there's the checkup. Is he gonna get cleared? No, still not quite. The lap down truck of Hudson just won't give up. See Jeff Bright still on pit road, coming out of his stall once more. And as Deaver clears, Nunn moves to the top. That's gonna put Qualls behind Hudson. And it never ends, because now John Nunn, once Deaver gets cleared, Hudson will still not be able to move to the top. And meanwhile, Jackson and Goldberg have just vanished. And he's still not letting him by. Let's see, is Charles Jackson catching up to Philip Goldberg? And the answer is currently a big fat no. He's not pulling away either, though. Jeff Bright still they just won't fix whatever the damage is. I don't even see anything. There must be some kind of problem on the O2. Goldberg and Jackson. Deaver still can't clear Nathan Hudson. Now that time Jackson gains a 10th on the 54. Reminder that Toyota is still looking for their first win. Now everyone pit around lap 23. I don't know if that's going to let them make it the whole distance. Time will tell. Almarego up to 5th. Jackson catching up some more. And Jeff Bright's actually going to stay on the racetrack this time. Are they finally done? Or are they just pitting one lap, running a lap? Deaver still can't get by Nathan Hudson. Let's see, is Jeff Bright going to pit? And he is. So it's pit one lap, come out, run a lap, come back down. As Jackson has caught the bumper of Philip Goldberg. Goldberg actually blocking the middle lane there that time as well, as now Jackson's all over the bumper of Philip Goldberg. Remember, Charles did win a race at Iowa back in 2017. He's got some short track experience. And Jackson's going to run up high, and he's going to put himself to the outside. Philip Goldberg got really close to his quarter panel there. Great battle for the lead going on right now between Philip Goldberg, the defending champ, and Charles Jackson. Reminder, Jackson is 4th in points. Now he's going to duck to the inside. Got that run off of 2. A bit of a crossover. A side-by-side to the start-finish line. Dead even. Goldberg led the lap. Now he's got to try and fight back up top. Vince Almarego has made it up to third. Does Jackson clear here? And he does. So that'll push Goldberg back to second. And wow, he got way wide into turn one there. And it looks like Hudson actually finally cleared these guys. So now Hudson, the lap down truck, runs at the front of everyone back here. Almarego third, Deaver fourth, your points leader. Qualls passing John Nunn for fifth. So Nunn sixth. Flickinger and McIntyre battle for seventh. Mohammed Connor has actually made his way back up to ninth. So a strong truck under this 13 as Gardner and James Ellison fight for 10th place. Let's see, there's Yepes. See, Dylan Young has made his way up to 13th. Sam at Oskin trying to get by Jesse Turner for 14th. Zach Rogers is into the top 20 on the top. So these Cup drivers that have been doing good this season, they're showing why they're at the top of the points. And if is it just my eyes? I think the 3 truck has some front end damage. And he does. The 3 truck actually has hood damage. Curious if he got into somebody going into a corner, because that's some decent hood damage. For a speedway, that would be not race ending, but it would put you to the back of the field. But for a short track, it really does not influence anything because aerodynamics do not matter here. But he is stuck on the top. Alexander Rowe, Charles Sanford, your winner from Daytona fighting here. Sanford sitting in 20th. As we look at the points, Sanford sits 13th. He fell from 4th after his race at Pocono, so Sanford's got to start gaining some positions if he wants to improve the points position. And look at that move by Rogers. He tried to get in the hole after he got cleared by Jesse Turner. And Rowe was not going to give it up. A 3-wide move there, that's going to send Turner way high. Now you see Rose trying his best just to stay on the bottom there. The 33 of, I believe, I don't know who the 33 is, Mike Turner. So Jesse Turner falls back. Now Rowe and Rogers are fighting for 17th place. We got Jeff Bright there by accident. Up ahead, Joshua Seculi in the 31. Trying to get under Keith Rich for 15th. Gardner, Oskin, and Young, 3 Cup Series veterans up here. They're fighting for 12th. Yep is back in 11th. Possibly trying to find a way to set up James Ellison to try and get that 10th place. McIntyre down to 9th now. Connor in 8th. Isaac Flickinger 7th. John Nunn 6th. Qualls 5th. Deaver sits in 4th still with Almarego in 3rd. As Philip Goldberg has fallen down to 1.47 seconds back behind Charles Jackson. So Jackson clearly with the stronger truck. Jeff Bright still just continuing to inch his way around the track, pit road, then out a lap. There's just something wrong with that 02 truck. I'm still not certain if we are going to see pit stops. Jackson is actually almost 2 seconds off his best lap, so they might pit again for tires. If they were to do such a thing, I would expect Goldberg to pit first because he is still losing time every lap. He lost 2.5 tenths that lap alone. So the 54 definitely needing to come down soon. Didn't realize this short track was so hard on tires. Either way, right now, Toyota looking like they could get their first win on the season. So Almarego still 3rd. Not seeing any fighting up here. Back here, I should say. Oskin is 13th. Okay, Gardner has fallen to 16th. Zach Rogers is actually going to clear Alexander Rowe for 17th place after fighting back hard on the top with his damaged truck. Now that is something. Now Rogers would probably drop a few positions in points, but not a lot. There is a gap from 7th in points to 8th in points of 10 points. His 17th place finish would not hurt him tremendously. He's trying to get by Gardner now for 16th on the top, but it's really not working for him. But there is a battle for 10th place as Diego Yepes has plopped James Ellison on that middle groove. Dylan Young and others, they're right there. Young's actually going to go wide off of turn 4, trying to find a way to set himself up, I think. Yepes has just about cleared Ellison for 10th place. The high side tends to get that run off at 2, but right there in the 3, Diego Yepes will move his way back up to 10th. Actually, he's going to stay in the middle there. Oh, he's clear now. And now Ellison's got to fight to try and get back in line single file. Dylan Young's going to fight with him for 11th. Charles Jackson lead is now 3 seconds. As we've got people on pit road, and Cole Deaver is one of the first ones, as is Charles Jackson. So everyone does have to still pit again. Goldberg's going to be the next one down. And John Nunn will take the lead for the first time tonight. Now the big thing that nobody wants to see who's pitting right now is a caution. As Nunn takes 21 to go. If a caution comes out now, kiss your good race goodbye, Charles Jackson, Cole Deaver. Now they're pitting early now. Deaver is probably going to try and hop Philip Goldberg as John Nunn is continuing to stay out. Isaac Flickinger will dive down. Various strategies going on here. I really don't know why you would pit later than sooner here with 20 to go. Unless they're looking for that caution card. Could happen here. It is dangerous coming out of pit road when someone's trying to come down. And what did I say? John Nunn went to come down. Turpin gets spun, but it's off the racetrack. No caution. But Turpin got really screwed there. Coming off of pit road. There's Charles Jackson. Where does he sit? He should still be race leader once this cycles out. So no caution there as Turpin basically got door slammed by John Nunn. Everyone coming out is going to have fresher tires than Charles Jackson. Right here at the start-finish line, it is official. Jackson in the lead. Second place is indeed the 07 of Cole Deaver. Philip Goldberg is not far behind with a lap pressure rubber. Almarego 4th, Mohammed Connors 5th, Sekuli 6th, Hartnett 7th. We saw him pit really early. He might just keep going backwards. So Qualls 8th, Jesse Turner 9th, and Isaac Flickinger rounds out your top 10. Actually, no, now it's Dylan Young. And where did the 52 of John Nunn fall in all of this? He went all the way down to, wow, 31st. Nearly a lap down. He's going to have some pretty fresh tires here, but he lost so much time. Safe to say, as we'll take 15 to go, that Charles Jackson has pretty much won this race. As you can see, Deaver is actually closing in a little bit. He's on the same sequence as the 4. Goldberg closing as well, has pit 1 lap later. Goldberg probably should have been the guy to pit first, about 3 laps early, because these guys basically went 40 laps on tires, and just to pit with 20 to go, I would have pit several laps early. You're not going to give all that time back. Goldberg right on the bumper of Deaver, still probably going to get that second place finish, which will help him gaining spots in the point standings. So watch here, Goldberg all over the bumper of the 07. They were gaining that time. They were actually pretty even with Charles Jackson. The question is, when will Goldberg make that move for second? He's kind of just biding his time there. Almarego, Connor, they're by themselves. Hartnett has a bumper full of James Qualls. Nathan Hudson has pit. Qualls trying to make a move on Hartnett, but he's making the move at the wrong time. People are going to get aggressive here at the end of the race. Dylan Young still 10th. Nate Rogers has found his way into 11th place. Gardner 12th. Zach Rogers 13th. Flickinger has fallen all the way down to 14th now. Tony Green 15th. Ellison's down to 16th. Yeppa's down to 19th. Rowe down to 21st. McIntyre has fallen to 24th place. Samet Oskin down to 27th. There's John Nunn still 31st. He just can't find any way to get around anybody. There's Charles Jackson with a bumper full of lap trucks that are much faster than him. Mendez is actually going to move to the inside of Downey. That is for 34th place. If they were to get to the inside of Jackson, it would help Deaver and Goldberg. They are catching slowly but surely. Not sure if Jackson did a strategy call. Mendez and Downey battling for 34th is helping him to an extent here. Oh, and see Deaver's tires now pushing a little bit. Lost the 10th there with 7 to go. It'll be 6 to go this time by Mendez and them still fighting hard. Still no changes in the top 10 running order. Deaver and Goldberg gaining back some ground that lap. But with Mendez and Downey fighting for 34th, it's let Jackson gap them just a bit. 5 laps to go at North Wilkesboro. A caution would most likely end the race here. Next week we head to New York for the first of 2 dirt races on the season. We go to Oswego for 75 laps of action in a race that will be all down the skill. So we do not expect anyone having to pit for fuel. Then we go to Tennessee for a race at Bristol Motor Speedway, not on pavement, but on dirt. And then we round out the short track streak at the Dodge Motordrome before finishing off the season with a road course, a speedway, another super speedway, and another 1.5 miles. Coming to 2 to go here. Jackson has had a bumper full. Now Downey's going to make his move to the inside of Jackson. A little too late. Goldberg finally got by Cole Deaver. And Deaver fell so far back. Actually, I think Deaver got wrecked. Did Deaver have a problem? Deaver's got a problem. He's pitting. Sakuli's pitting. Jesse Turner's pitting. What on earth? They've got problems coming to 2 to go. I don't know, short on fuel or something, but that's going to really hurt Deaver on his point stay. Borderline 3 wide right there as Ace Rogers passes Jackson. But coming out of the final corner, it'll be Charles Jackson taking home the checkered flag here at North Wilkesboro. So Toyota with their first win on the season. Most likely trying to see if they can get another championship. Goldberg will come home second. Jackson's doing some makeshift thing here. Well, Jackson's actually had fuel, so I guess everyone was taking so little fuel that they were all pretty close. Goldberg second, Almerigo third, Connor fourth, Hartnett fifth. Hartnett's going to be really close up there in points too after another great finish. Qual sixth, gets the rebound he needed. Dylan Young seventh, Nate Rogers eighth, Gardner ninth, and Isaac Flickinger will come home in 10th. As you see the rest of your race results, I will see you guys at Oswego. Hope you enjoy the race.